Marketing a business in today's world has never been more challenging. Most traditional mediums are still a major part of our daily lives. However, technology and social media have dramatically affected the way people gather and share information. Blockbuster Video and Yellow Pages, businesses that were once vibrant market leaders, have all but vanished due to the technology revolution that is changing consumers' habits more and more every day. Some mediums have weathered the storm better than others, but you may be surprised at just how far some of the traditional leaders have fallen. Yellow Page directories were once highly coveted real estate, often resulting in a bidding war to capture the most visible pages. Today, it's hard to find a phone book, as Google searches have all but rendered this medium useless. Revenue has plummeted more than 60% since 2007, and research firm BIA Kelsey expects the decline to be just as steep in the next 4 years. With the extinction of traditional Yellow Pages, top-of-mind awareness has never been more vitally important for the success or failure of many business categories, including the highly competitive service sector businesses. Consumers are bombarded with over 3,000 advertisements every day and are much less tolerant to messages that do not directly impact their lives. If your business is not effectively telling your unique story and inviting customers to your location or website, you're losing market share to a more aggressive competitor. After all, share of voice equals share of business. When it comes to gaining market share in today's noisy environment, nothing matters except what you say, times how many times you say it. The fundamental principles of reach and frequency are still the key ingredients that drive top-of-mind awareness for all businesses regardless of market size. Unfortunately, many businesses fall into the trap of trying to fill 6 or 7 media cups with just a little bit of water, rather than choosing 1 or 2 and filling them until they're overflowing. For most of our adult lives, newspapers and television have been considered the mediums of choice for reach, while cable and radio were considered frequency mediums because of their ability to consistently target demographics much more effectively than a single print exposure or single TV ad. Those dynamics have dramatically changed over the past decade. Newspapers once delivered nearly 75% of all adults over the age of 25. Today, the number of people who read a newspaper is just 23%, with the majority of those readers over 50 years of age. With the explosion of social media, information once reported first in the newspaper the following day is now available in just minutes. As a result, print revenue has declined more than 50% since 2006. No medium has felt the effects of splintering more than network television. The medium as a whole is still popular, but reaching the masses with a single exposure is a thing of the past. Gone are the days when families gathered at night to watch Seinfeld or Cosby, replaced by a world of more than 300 reality shows and nearly as many programs stored in our DVRs. When ABC, CBS, and NBC owned the airwaves, it was not uncommon for a single television ad in the nightly news to reach 30 to 40% of all TV viewers. But even news, the staple of local television sales, has been reduced to ratings in the single digits. It's no secret that the most watched single television event has always been the Super Bowl. But can you guess the highest rated television series of all time? Here's a clue. It aired over 60 years ago. I Love Lucy delivered a staggering 67.3 rating in 1953. But with the invention of cable networks like USA, TBS, and ESPN, those lofty ratings have been on a steady decline. In fact, the top-rated series last season was NCIS, with a rating of just 12.3. And just since the year 2000, the top-rated show has dropped by more than 30%. Today, cable is also under attack, as satellite providers Dish Network and DirecTV offer consumers 195 HD channels, countless premium sports channels, and movies on demand. Satellite companies now make up more than 40% of all TV subscriptions, while cable continues to struggle. Dish Network actually promotes the fact that with their Hopper technology, consumers never have to watch commercials again. It's a great benefit for the consumer, but a frightening proposition for television advertisers. For the first time in history, DVR penetration is now more than 50% among 18 to 49-year-old viewers, television's most purchased demographic. So where can a business turn to deliver consistent and reliable reach and frequency in today's world? Ironically, the business that has suffered the least amount of attrition among all the major medias is one that has been around for more than 100 years: radio. Radio's reach and listening levels have remained strong and consistent over the past 4 years for virtually every demographic, including young people. In fact, far more people listen to the radio on a typical day than use Facebook, Google, or YouTube. Satellite radio is still only available to 25 million paid subscribers, but free AM/FM radio reaches more than 247 million listeners, 92% of all consumers. The average listener spends more than 2 hours per day, which adds up to more than 1 month a year, listening to their favorite stations. This makes it possible to deliver your message with the necessary frequency to brand your business in the mind of the consumer. Today in the US, there are more than 800 million radios. Radio is free, it's mobile, and available everywhere consumers go. 84% of drivers cite radio as their primary in-car entertainment device, and that means your advertising message on radio is reaching consumers closest to their point of purchase. Local radio stations provide popular music formats, local news and weather, personalities, and a one-on-one relationship with consumers who, according to a recent rail study, actually expect their station to play ads that are relevant to their lifestyles. Advertising on the radio is actually quite simple. We design a commercial to tell our listeners who you are, what your business does, and how they can get in touch with you. Radio is the perfect top-of-mind medium to help brand your business and gain your unfair share of business. So let's get started. Let our copywriters, production staff, and certified marketing consultants develop a plan that tells your unique story to our listeners. After all, when it comes to today's marketing, the old adage is true. Nothing matters except what you say times how many times you say it.